You are not an 8 or a 9 on civil unrest. You are... Dude. Oh, what a delusional first world mindset.
If you know somebody celebrating this on social media, get them fired from their fucking job. Get them kicked out of school.
Where do we stop this? Where do we stop this, Acheeto, once you start this game? In any just world, Acheeto would be working a fucking McDonald's for the rest of his life. Look, this is like nothing. This is nothing. The most worthless tweets you've ever seen. Just crying and seething.
Dude, how do I explain this to you?
So, Acheeto, friend of the show, Acheeto, friend of the stream, Acheeto, who once debated Nux Taku on Israel, and somehow managed to hold his own despite knowing like nothing about the topic. Managed to poke a few holes in some of the shit Nux was saying, get him on the back foot when he was just calling random journalists terrorists and signing off on their murder. So we're going to take a look at this one. He's saying, things are getting crazy. Apparently he is calling for basically people to report for their jobs over comments about Charlie Kirk.
I spent about 3 hours trying to write a script for this video, but I stopped about halfway through because I realized that defeats the entire point. When you script something, it becomes a performance, and the entire point of a video like this is that I'm delivering my raw reaction, my unfiltered opinion, and my just authentic emotion. So, as you guys know, and as you've seen by now, about 2 days ago, Charlie Kirk, who is a prominent right-wing political activist, was shot in the throat while discussing politics with a student on a Utah college campus. Now, I think the irony and the morbidity in this is his mantra was that we must discuss politics, we must have uncomfortable conversations, because when people stop talking, violence happens. While he's talking, while he's having this discussion, he was killed. Violence happened. And I think for that reason...
Wait, was he even talking about that?
The irony with the activist was shot in the throat while discussing politics with a student on a Utah college campus. Now, I think the irony and the morbidity in this is his mantra was that we must discuss politics, we must have uncomfortable conversations, because when people stop talking, violence happens. While he's talking, while he's having this discussion, he was killed. Violence happened. And I think for that reason, this makes everything all the more serious. When you look at somebody who was having these conversations being killed, it just shows you that we're at a point where talking doesn't seem to have mattered, right? Trying to talk things out, trying to discuss political issues seems to have failed in a pretty strong way. People are angry, they're violent, they don't want to talk, they would rather kill. And the response to this killing makes what I'm saying all the more true. If it wasn't true, why would you have people celebrating the death? They want the death, they don't want the conversations. We're past people trying to own him in a debate. You know, we're at the point where people are cheering
it's
on
so crazy. One person dies. One person dies. Bearing in mind, literally, the fucking Democrats got shot in their home like last month. One person dies, and we declare civil discourse has ended. Civil discourse is over. It's done. No one can talk in America anymore. It's like fucking absurd. As if America doesn't have like insane violence every day and has done for like the last 30 years.
That's where we are right now. In case you're wondering where on the
longer,
you know, where on the political sort of spectrum we are in terms of violence and civil unrest, out of 10, we're at about like an 8 or a 9 right now. So yeah, just a quick tick in the temperature.
You are not an 8 or a 9 on civil unrest. You are, dude. Oh, what a delusional first world mindset. An 8 or a 9 on civil unrest because Charlie Kirk got shot in the throat. You are delusional. You're at a 3. You're at like a 3. You're at like a 3. You don't want to know what an 8 or a 9 in modern day America looks like. You can't even conceive of the level of death an 8 or a 9 civil unrest would entail in modern America. That is like guerrilla drone warfare, militias patrolling the streets. That's an 8 or a 9.
We're running at a pretty fucking high fever. So, anyway, in case you haven't seen the video of Charlie Kirk getting shot in the neck with blood gushing out of his throat, you have to watch it in order to participate in this conversation, because if you're not and you're trying to give me some sort of opinion, just no, that's not how this works. In order to talk about an assassination where the video is readily available for viewing online and you are choosing not to view it, yet you want to lecture me about something that you have no sort of emotional, visceral reaction to because you're going off of headlines, no thank you. Actually go fuck yourself. We're not doing that. So, listen, let's talk about the...
Dude, there's no way. Also, this is like the PV weird trans person that was meant to be Brianna Wu's like protege. Steven Crowder changed his bio to say #1 conservative Daily Show a day after Charlie Kirk was murdered. This didn't happen. This didn't happen. No, this didn't happen. This is fake. If that's true, that is so unfathomably fucking awesome. I'm like suddenly a Steven Crowder fan. Let me go look. I need to check on Web Archive. How do I? May 15, 2025. This is fake and we're very upset. Can I get it to load? It's loading. 1 minute. Just getting my archive page up. It is fake? Have we already got confirmation it's fake? Fuck, man. That's so gay. I can't get the archive page to load, so I can go gay. Gay as hell. Gay as hell.
The sort of what happens next, okay? Everybody knows what this
means.
Yeah,
that's facts, actually. You should know it's fake, because Steven Crowder would literally never refer to himself as the #2 conservative Daily Show. Borderlands 4 does not suck that bad, okay? The characters are really good. It's just, apparently the game sucks.
Everybody knows where this is going to take us, and let's talk about how to respond to this, how to respond to the response, and where we are headed. So, how to respond to this is obviously to just
I think they want to do like more post-launch support this time. They're like live servicing it, so there's like fuck all in the game at launch. It's gay as fuck.
Sorrow, and to use this sorrow to console with others and to bring people together and tell them that although things might be hard right now, they will get better, and that we do have a future. Although this senseless act of violence will take a huge mental and emotional toll on lots of people, that this is not the end. This is an unfortunate chapter in many of our lives, but it's not over. Now, let's discuss the response.
Why has the lighting got
so
bad?
Now, as you guys have probably seen by now, lots
Has you thought about buying like
people
a lighting sub instead of using natural light?
They're celebrating the death. They're memeing it, and this is unsurprising to me in a lot of ways, because my first thought when there was an assassination attempt against Trump was that had this succeeded, the celebration would have been insurmountable. There would have been a ridiculous amount of people celebrating and feeling a level of happiness that wouldn't even be comprehensible to most people. These are people who would feel satisfaction and they would be satiated for the rest of their lives, having watched this the president get shot in the head.
Dude, we need loan back so bad.
His face and put it on T-shirts. The face that he, or sorry, I should be more specific. His face getting impacted by the bullet. The very moment where his life leaves him, his soul exits his body, would be the moment they capture on photo and put on shirts, mugs, make reaction gifs that they will spam in your fucking DMs. And that's what they're doing now with Charlie Kirk. There are, I think I've seen about 7 instances of people selling merchandise and memorabilia with this horrible image of Charlie Kirk's neck leaking blood. People are making stickers of it. They're using AI to generate stickers and make shirts and sell action figures, 3D printed action figures. It is, needless to say, very fucked up, and with that, the celebration that accompanies this is also fucked up. You know, the people that are saying that he deserved it, that it doesn't matter.
Guys, comedy was illegal for all of the last 6 months. Comedy is now illegal again, unfortunately.
He had a family, it makes no difference. His views cost him his life, etc. Looking for some sort of gotcha moment that because he's pro-gun, his death was somehow imminent. You know, oh, he's pro-gun, he died by a gun.
No, the point is that Charlie Kirk said that gun deaths are an acceptable consequence of having a Second Amendment. So the idea that you are, the moment he dies, wanting to take away people's rights in response to it is absurd. Because Charlie Kirk himself would say, your constitutional rights are the most important thing. You know? Of course he would say, yeah, Charlie Kirk really believed in the Constitution, guys, okay? Right. That's how we're whitewashing Charlie Kirk here. We're pretending he cared about the Constitution. But he would say, you know, he would pretend that he believes that basically gun deaths, any gun death, any political violence that comes as a result of speech or guns is acceptable. It's not, well, I don't mean acceptable as unacceptable, but acceptable society. But I mean, as it's acceptable consequence for having those rights. You should have those rights regardless of whether it causes those things or not. Like, there is a cost to free speech. Free speech is dangerous, you know? Lets people say a lot of crazy shit. And there are going to be consequences to that. But you accept that because you understand that maintaining that right is worth the damage it causes sometimes.
Down the hall and to the right, you fucking loser. And listen, a lot of people are using this to make whataboutisms as well. They're trying to say that because Charlie Kirk's death has made such big headlines that the people who care about his death are hypocrites because they didn't care about the school shooting victims or something, which is the most fucking stupid thing I've ever heard because, you know, the praise has made such big headlines that the people who care about his death are hypocrites because they didn't care about the school shooting victims or something, which is the most fucking stupid thing I've ever heard because, you know, the praise for one is not criticism for another.
Huh? What do you even mean by that?
Me supporting the life of Charlie Kirk and you know, supporting his legacy, saying that I don't think he should have died is not saying I think these kids should have died. That's the most obvious thing ever.
Literally no one's arguing that. Literally nobody's arguing that. The point is, when a bunch of kids get butchered in a school, when a bunch of preschoolers get fucking butchered, Charlie Kirk says, oh yeah, you know, thoughts and prayers to the family, but we can't let them take our guns. Yeah, if you make a similar political point about Charlie Kirk, that becomes a fucking problem to everyone. All of a sudden it's insensitive. All of a sudden it's offensive.
And also, it's pretty obvious to say that when somebody dies, you celebrate the people. Like, again, this is like saying you went to your father's funeral, but you didn't go to some random stranger's funeral. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, school shooting literally happened the same day. And
everyone's bad that anybody.
Everyone's like, oh no, Charlie Kirk. Well, fucking kids are literally getting fucking killed in the fucking school the same day.
Die in a school shooting. That's tragic.
Who gives a fuck about Charlie Kirk?
How am I supposed to say their names when I don't know their names? How would I know their names?
Go look into it. Spend like 2 seconds of your time thinking about that instead of the reptile conservative influencer that you were sucking off.
It's all bad. Are you trying to call me a hypocrite because I specifically highlighted the name of one of the largest, most famous, well-known people in right-wing politics' death, and not the many children that are viciously slaughtered in schools? That doesn't make any sense. Anyway, the point that I am trying to get at with all of this is that these people are violent people. They are apathetic. They have no care in the world for people's livelihood or their lives in general.
Kuihman, don't make me report you to reply. Dude, there is no more freeing feeling online than being unemployed. Truly. Unemployed and not currently in education. Literally, there's no freer feeling on the internet.
agreement. And I feel like this has been known for a while, but it was highlighted in a pretty major way recently. And the only way forward, in my opinion, is with accountability and punishment. You're not going to convince somebody who is laughing at the death of Charlie Kirk that they shouldn't do that. You are far past that. You will not change their mind. Okay, they killed the guy who tried to change people's minds. They sniped him, so it's not gonna happen.
These days, you try to change people's mind. They'll point a bolt action at you. Okay,
there is one way forward, and that, like I said, is through accountability and punishment. That in no way, shape, or form means violence. That simply means when somebody is celebrating violence, they are promoting it. When you look at violent acts occurring and you cheer it on, you are hoping for more of it to happen. And you know this is true because the amount of people that have said Trump next,
okay,
X person next, whatever, Kirk, Trump, Ben Shapiro, Nick Fuentes, whoever it might be on the right, they would have the exact same reaction. They would be equally, if not more, happy. So there is no reasoning with these people. You cannot,
literally look at any right wing, literally sitting politicians on the right were making jokes about fucking. I keep forgetting the name. What's her fucking name? The Democrat that got fucking killed in her home. But yeah, we're sitting there making jokes about how the schizophrenic anti-abortion guy who killed her was like set on it by Waltz to go do it and all this retarded shit.
You cannot get them to unfeel the joy they feel right now. You cannot logic your way into getting them to care. They are happy that Charlie Kirk was shot in the throat and gushing blood.
Melissa Hortman, thank you.
That's it. They have to be punished. If you see this, if you know somebody celebrating this on social media, get them fired from their fucking job.
So, dude, what a fucking this guy is. Holy shit. And it's such pussy shit, too. As a fucking loser fucking YouTuber who has been a fucking loser YouTuber since he was a little squeaker Christian kid on the internet who has literally not had to have fucking actual employment his entire fucking life, has just been a pampered little YouTuber since he was a fucking adult the whole fucking time. And you're gonna go around, you said edgy shit, he said plenty of edgy shit, which we'll look at, and you're gonna go around as some fucking loser who has never worked a day in his life, and you're gonna say other people should be fired from their jobs for shit they say on the internet. What a fucking worthless pussy you are, truly. What a disgusting fucking worthless pussy. Trying to exact punishment on people that simply cannot be done to you. Pathetic. So fucking pathetic.
They have to be punished. If you see this, if you know somebody celebrating this on social media, get them fired from their fucking job. Get them kicked out of school. That is promotion of violence. Maybe you can argue it's incitement of violence. At the end of the day,
but no, it's not incitement, because incitement requires like imminence and what is it? Credibility, right? It has to be credible, has to be imminent. It can't just be.
This guy idolizes Tecton and Asman. He is completely worthless in his life and his commentary.
Thank you for the $5, Momo. Yeah, it's like credible, specific, imminent. That's incitement. It's not incitement to go Trump next, Trump next. 8647. That's not incitement.
We live in a civil society with basic levels of standards and respect, and any person who is cheering this on is disregarding that to a level where it demands punishment. These people have to pay. I'm done looking at this. If you're thinking to yourself that, well, hey, hold on a second, contact their employers, that sounds like a Karen move. That sounds like cancel culture. That sounds like the left. Okay, you know what sounds like the left right now? It sounds like, quoting here, I hope his kids died too so his wife can suffer more. That's what they're saying right now. And you're talking about...
Well, nobody on the right would ever say something so deranged, right? Surely. Nobody on the right would ever say something so crazy and deranged. Look at this Look at this Blue Sky post I found from some autistic trans teenager. Look at this, isn't this so terrible, this Blue Sky post I found? This Blue Sky post, isn't that so terrible? Ignores Republican lawmakers that literally sit there and celebrate death all the fucking time.
Sounding like a Karen? Be a fucking Karen. That's what we need right now. We need people to punish these fucking psychopaths. There is no ifs, ands, or buts. We are seriously reaching a boiling point, and you might think that this video is adding fuel to the fire.
It is.
And I would tell you that we are reaching a point that if you are not fighting back, you are doing something wrong. If adding fuel to the fire is fighting fire with fire, then so be it. You know?
What they do? Literally, now this is veering towards calling for violence, not incitement, because it is not credible or eminent. This is going to get closer to calls to violence for yourself. So Acheeto, where does Acheeto's a YouTuber. Acheeto's a YouTuber, so Acheeto wants you. I don't want you to do this. Again, this is a by your standards point. Acheeto wants people to report his video, because that's his employer. They want them to report his channel, because YouTube's his employer. Go to all of his other channels, make sure you're reporting those as well. And fuck it, man. Why don't we start seeing if he's got any connections to any businesses, any sponsorships, any like family that work high up in the government or anything like that? Like, where do we stop this? Where do we stop this, Acheeto, once you start this game?
Are you gonna scroll through Twitter and watch people happy that two young daughters are growing up without a father, and who, by the way, when they get old enough, will be shown this video? They will be shown the video of their father being shot in the neck, and you're saying,
haha, orders received, ha. Nice one, guys.
It sounds like cancel culture. You're a fucking idiot, and you deserve nothing, honestly.
It is cancel culture. You're a fucking idiot, worthless piece of shit, and you deserve nothing. Truly. Acheeto should be broke and destitute. In any just world, Acheeto would be turning tricks on the street, giving old dudes hand jobs for rent. In any just world, Acheeto would be working a fucking McDonald's for the rest of his life. In any just world, this guy would literally be a fucking fry cook with his face over a fucking vat of grease until he's 60. Somehow, though, he's managed to inch out a tiny little corner on the internet where occasionally people give a fuck about his opinions past just, bitching about whatever bigger content creator, Hassan or whoever the fuck he's bitching about that day. He somehow managed to carve out this small space for himself by LARPing as a Christian while desperately thirsting over OnlyFans whores in the background.
You're staring in the face of evil, and you're thinking you might be a hypocrite for destroying it. Do you understand how fucking stupid you sound? You sound like a fucking idiot. Now, obviously, and I've waited to the end to say this because I feel like adding a bunch of disclaimers and stupid shit before making the argument is sort of defeating the argument. I do not agree with everything Charlie Kirk said. I do not agree with a lot of his positions. And I thought some of the stuff he said was wrong, very wrong. I don't agree with him.
Like what? I hate when people do this and don't say what they disagree with.
Say 70% of things, maybe 60% of things. But to even bring that up seems so useless when there is such a greater threat at stake, right? Because with Charlie Kirk, I could have talked it out. We could have said, hey, why do you think that?
Yeah.
Excuse me. And he could have said, here's why. And I would have said, well, I disagree. And we could have had a conversation. But with these people, it's, I think this. Oh, you think that? Well, you are a racist, bigoted, homophobic piece of shit, and I want you to fucking lose it all. And if you gain enough followers, if you gain enough people, and if you're saying what you say on a college campus, you might get shot. That's where we are. So it's time to wake up. It really is. If this isn't a wake-up call, then I just don't know what is. You watching this video right now, I want you to understand that if you died and someone saw that you had left a like on some of my videos, there would be a justification for your own death. You understand that? Do you understand how fucking insane that is?
Dude, what?
someone saw that you had left a like on some of my videos, there would be a justification for
Who is saying that you can kill people for liking YouTube videos?
your own death. You understand that? Do you understand how fucking insane that is? Is that insane? Yeah, I think it is. And that's what's happening. If I died, they would say that would be fine. There would be people, because I know there is. There's hundreds of thousands of tweets with hundreds of thousands of likes that are saying this is great. What do you think they'd think of me? I'm 21 years old. You know, I'm a successful young man who's made a channel on YouTube, and I'm doing all right for myself. But people find one or two things they don't like that I say, and that's it. That's all they need.
They want me to die. They want me to die. Boo-hoo. Yeah, boo-hoo. This isn't a left-right thing. This isn't a political climate thing. This is just a public figure thing. Yeah, some people are not going to like you. If they dislike you and don't know you, they won't care if you fucking die. No shit.
Justification they need to, disregard my humanity. Exhibit A. And, yeah, I don't want to hear any fucking tone policing from people saying that, oh, wait, this rhetoric is being dialed up. It's like, yeah, and I think they fucking took it to 10 about 2 days ago.
Dude.
You know? That's ridiculous. It's fucking ridiculous. And I want to take some time really quickly and go over some tweets that I've been seeing from people, because some of these are just fucking insane. And I want to look at them because they're worth looking at. And let me mute Twitter real quick. I'm going to pull these up. And we're going to get into this. So, yeah, let's take a look at this. So, anyway, the shooter for Charlie Kirk, they found out that he's like a white male or something, and immediately, Tyler Robinson, 22-year-old white man who grew up Christian, not a trans person, not a POC, not an immigrant, a white person, and it's a gif of this guy dancing.
Okay, yeah, the point there isn't they're glad... It's not that they're glad Charlie Kirk died. It's that they're glad that it's not a fucking minority, so it can't get blamed on them, retard.
It's got 100,000 likes, guys. They're more worried about the optics of the shooter being black than the actual violence that occurred in the...
Bro, literally what do you mean? Yes, everyone does this with shootings. It's like a common meme at this point, that every time there's a shooting, every left-winger is like, please be a griper, please be a Trump fan, please be MAGA, please be photos in a MAGA hat. And every right-winger is like, please be a trans person, please be a trans person, please be a trans person, please be a trans person. Yeah. That's what everyone does on every shooting.
Perpetuation of the violence. Look at this.
How is this perpetuation of violence, you fucking retard?
And it's a gif of this guy dancing. It's got 100,000 likes, guys. They're more worried about the optics of the shooter being black than the actual violence that occurred in the perpetuation of the violence. Look at this.
Oh wow, boo-hoo, they made a fucking tweet.
It's not... We're not civil. We're not... I don't know. He was not black, not trans, not Muslim, not Hispanic. Basically, he was a kid who wore a Donald Trump costume for Halloween. Did I get that right? Huh.
This is like nothing. This is nothing. The most worthless tweets you've ever seen. Just crying and seething.
Dude, how do I explain this to you? You are literally like... You're brain broken. Like, you're fucked.
From the... Like... After this video? You're saying that after this video?
You're not even like... You're not even a real human. Like, you can't even experience emotion properly because before an emotion reaches your brain, reaches the part of your brain that makes you actually feel something, it goes through this...
Yeah, Acheeto engaging in incredibly Indian behavior right now. Holy fuck, man. Holy fuck, this is Indian behavior. Misunderstanding a tweet, getting outraged at everything mentioning white people. Like, it's...
Like, you're not even like...
Acheeto, no!
You're not even a real human. Like, you can't even experience emotion properly because before an emotion reaches your brain, reaches the part of your brain that makes you actually feel something, it goes through this man-made, artificial, politically correct filter and morphs the emotion into information that you digest, and then you come up with a take and then spit it out. You're not even like a fucking person. You're like a robot. You're like a fucking human algorithm for like politics, it's not, I don't know. This is not okay. A straight white man, dude, he was a straight white man. Oh my God, yes.
Well, straight might be a bit much.
We're not going to make fun of trans people or black people or immigrants because he's straight and white.
Yeah. Dude, what is he not getting about this? Yes, this is people celebrating the fact they won't get blamed. That social media for the next day isn't going to be the N-word. The social media for the next day isn't going to be the T-slur. The social media for the next day isn't going to be calling for crackdowns on X minority group. Yes, that's what they're celebrating. Yes.
You should be kicked out of civil society. White supremacists finding out that Tyler Robinson is a straight white male. I don't care what race this guy is. I care that the reaction from people would have been the same either way. They're happy the dude got shot, and they're happy the shooter's white so they don't get blamed.
Yeah.
And then Dean Withers thought about running a poll in chat about whether or not Charlie Kirk deserved to die. He opted not to poll in fear of the results. Mind you, this kid is not a good person. He cried when Charlie Kirk died, and he got scorched to fuck because people were upset at his human emotion of sadness and grief.
Yeah, it was so human. Yeah, Dean's just so human, guys. When I look at Dean, that's one thing I think. That's one word I would use to describe Dean Withers, Dean Ringers, Dead Ringers, is human. That's one thing I think when I look at Dean Ringers is human. Yeah, for sure, man.
When someone who he met in the flesh died. These people are not real. They are not real. They are demonic. They are demonic in nature, and I don't say that often, but I think we're reaching a point where the label is more appropriate than ever. They are demonic, and there needs to be some level of understanding that this is what we're up against. This is what's happening,
sir.
Okay, I'm not a political expert.
Demons, sir.
I don't know much about what's happening in the world at all. I know that this is wrong because I'm a real human being. I'm a real person at the end of the day. And when I react to someone getting shot in the throat with sadness and I'm met with disagreeers, then we got a pretty big fucking problem. And let's take a look at this. Charlie Kirk, yeah, let's see. I can't believe these people exist.
How do you feel about Charlie
How do you feel that Charlie
Kirk
Kirk is getting assassinated?
Some people say it's deserved. To get murdered in front of his children and family? When God calls you home, you gotta go.
You think God called him home? It's well deserved.
Well, yeah. Wait. Did God not call him home? That's just how Christians see it, no? That is just... It's all in God's plan. God works in mysterious ways. Why do you assume to be able to understand the motivations of God or God's design for you? Why do you think you know better than God?
For him specifically getting killed, womp womp, he got what he deserved. Honestly, I feel like he just got what he deserved.
Yeah, so that's where we are. That's where we are. We have smug...
Oh, sorry, she thinks he went to a different place. Sorry, she just thinks he went to a different place. I see.
Children and family? When God calls you home, you gotta go.
You think God called him home? It's well deserved. For him specifically getting killed.
Oh, I see now. I see now. She wasn't...
He deserved. Honestly, I feel like he just got what he deserved.
Yeah, so that's where we are. That's where we are. We have smug responses to the... I mean, it's... Anyway, to get to the point of the video, get these people in trouble. Do not debate them. Just get them in trouble, okay?
Dude, don't debate them. Sorry, earlier he was saying, oh, Charlie Kirk's so awesome because he debates. Just don't debate them. Don't debate them. Don't debate them. Never debate these people because you couldn't stand up to it because you couldn't take it.
Like this, they have jobs, they have schools. There needs to be accountability. There just has to be because this is promotion and incitement of violence. If you disagree with that, you're fucking wrong. And you know that these people are upset. And you know that this is something that they know has consequences only when they meet them. They will not understand it in any way other than how it will affect them. When you see videos of people saying, "Oh my God, I got fucking fired," they're displaying more emotion than when they saw a guy get his fucking neck put a hole.
Yeah,
in.
no shit. So would you, retard, if you'd ever had a job to lose.
That's where we're at. Anyway, yeah, no script for this video. I don't know if it was good. I hope it was good.
It was terrible. You sound retarded. You sound brain dead. You sound dumb as fuck.
I hope that what I'm saying can get across to you. And I hope that we can reach better days. I don't want violence. I don't want division or or hatred, but I do need accountability. I cannot have people promoting and justifying violence without accountability, okay? If me saying I don't want violence and that these people who are promoting it need to be held accountable is stirring division, then okay, whatever. But at the end of the day, I'd rather disavow violence and attack violence than remain a bystander. So anyway, goodbye.
Wow. What a queer. What a total fucking queer.